I am tired, frustrated, and afraid. I mean, where could she be? Perhaps she's been kidnapped and held for ransom. Or is she dead? How and where did we go wrong as parents? This girl has put me through so much torment than all her siblings put together.
Well, you don't have to sink yourself into a state of pessimism at this stage of investigation, Mr. Danny. Because like I said earlier, there are no indications to suggest she's been murdered. Listen, today's teenagers have managed to master ways of doing things irrationally to the detriment of their parents or guardians. And this is pitiful.
So, you are saying my daughter is alive?
Investigations are still ongoing to determine that. So, in the meantime, I urge you to go home and wait for the outcome of our digging.
What does that even mean, Detective Miguel? It's been over 2 weeks since Anna went missing, and you want me to go home? Go home and tell my wife what? I have not had a sound sleep, because she has not stopped crying since the start of your miserable investigations. Now, tell me, do you have children? Because if you do, you will undoubtedly know how I feel right now.
I'm sorry you feel this way about our investigations. However, I assure you that we will continue our best to get you results before long, hopefully. Once again, I'm sorry, Mr. Danny.
What do you mean the authorities haven't found my granddaughter yet? This is awkward, because the last time I spoke with the police chief, he sounded quite positively about the search. So what's new? I really don't know, Dad. I'm confused to my throat. And as if this Anna episode was not enough, my wife was hospitalized yesterday for a near heart failure. Yeah, about that. How is she doing? She's recuperating fine. But that's not the point. I wish Anna could just be found right now. That way, her mother wouldn't come back to the same nightmare. I don't want to lose her too. That is something. But anyways, I will get in touch with the police chief once again, and see what other option he might be willing to exploit in this regard. Perhaps you never know. Well, I rather not say. Spit it. You know, at this point I need anything. Even opinions that might seem harsh. So, what were you trying to say? Did you or your wife have any fight with her lately? Not really. You know, just the usual minor snags between parents and their adolescent daughter. But, wait a minute, are you saying Anna ran away from home? I haven't said anything, son, but there is a possibility in what you've just mentioned. But, of course, that would be better than being dead. I mean, murdered by some knucklehead. And like I said earlier, I will see the chief of police without delay. Thank you, Dad. We will really appreciate such a move. But where did we go wrong? Anna and her siblings lack nothing in this world. I mean, nothing. As a matter of fact, I have just purchased a new car for her in preparation for university. So it scares me why a child this fortunate will decide to ruin everything this way. Heaven knows I have repeatedly warned you guys about raising these children the secular way. I have just purchased a new car for her in preparation for university. Why would you buy her a car when you have extra two you don't even use? You see what I mean? I know, Dad. But can we drop this blame game until later? Oh my goodness, the damn ticket agent is not here at this time?
Why are you worried, Peter? The poor man is probably in traffic. Didn't you see it on our way to this station?
Why am I worried? Can't you see the authorities are closing in on us? I would be roasted if they found us.
But I thought we were off their radar.
No, not until we board the damn train. And by the way, have you transferred the money to me yet?
I was about to do that when you startled me with your yelling.
Okay, do that. Let's leave this place for now. I will come back later for the tickets. However, we can't be static. They can easily find us that way. Also, once we get to our destination, I want you to alter your looks slightly.
How do you mean?
Are you seriously asking me? Come on, look at your hair for instance, trim it, and change the color. Darling, you are all dressed? That's good. The doctor will be here in a moment, after which, we leave. Listen, darling, I need you to.
Has Anna been found yet?
Not quite, but Dad is working on something.
I don't want to listen to you. Just get the doctor. I'm ready to go home.
Oh yes, they boarded the train a few hours ago. And is Mr. and Mrs. Terrence?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm sorry for your time, but do you mind me taking a snapshot of their train booking?
I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that without my boss authorization. Perhaps you should come back with some sort of warrant. Do you know how excited I am right now? At least Anna is alive.
Why will you be? As far as I'm concerned, my daughter is still missing. I mean, anything could go wrong. So, you better dash your excitement and go get Anna home.
Maybe you should shut off a bit of your pessimism. It hasn't helped the situation, darling. But it's okay, I will do my best to get her home. Oh my goodness, I nearly didn't recognize you. You look good, and different. Sit down.
Thank you, Peter. You look good as well. But you didn't trim your hair? I thought you said you would do so.
Nah, I changed my mind at the last minute. But at least, I dyed it. Is that not enough for you?
Whatever.
Listen, our funds are depleting so fast, and we haven't accomplished a quarter of our elopement dreams. Hasn't your father added more money into your bank account? I'm sure by now he knows you are alive.
He has.
So, what are we waiting for? You know what to do. Transfer the damn money to me quickly.
I tried before this time, but my account has been frozen.
Really? Is your dad this mean? What are we supposed to do now? I don't even have enough money to pay for our dinner. This is incredible. You know what? This adventure is useless. Let's leave this place, period. You absolutely disgust me, young man. What you did was an outright kidnap, and if your victim's parents decides to press charges, I'm afraid you would be locked up for a long time. Do you have anything to say more? I didn't kidnap Anna. In fact, whatever happened between us was her plan. She wanted to be free. Free from her useless, overprotective parents. That's all. I see. And you so happen to be the giver of freedom, right? Tell me, Peter, how much money did you extract from Anna? It wasn't much, but we both used the damn money. Watch your language, young man. I ask again, how much money? About $6,000. Good. And what were you planning to do with Anna? I wanted to take her to Brazil. Brazil. Your birth country. I love that country, and I have plans to visit there before or after my retirement. But anyways, what exactly would you guys be doing in Brazil since none of your relative lives there? We wanted to get married and have children. That's a tall and idealistic dream. But, of course, you understand your victim is preparing to attend college? I do. But she doesn't want to be around her parents. Can't you see that? You know what? I'm tired of your questioning. Can I go? Of course, you can go. But remember, your problem is not over yet. So, be prepared to see my face again.
What were you thinking, Anna? Running off like some mad dog? Do you realize how hard it was for us this past few days? But I said I'm sorry, Mom. How hard is it for you guys to see things from my point of view? Your point of view for almost ditching college? Besides, you could have been hurt or worst of all, killed. What kind of example are you showing to your siblings? Running away a second time in less than 1 year is highly irresponsible. Anna, I think it's high time you examined your options in life. I mean, sleep and think about what you really want. Because I'm getting tired of your childish and wayward behavior. And by the way, who is the boy with you? The boy you eloped with? Peter. You can see how a nonsensical attitude attracts senseless people into one's life? Last time was. What was his name again? Roland. She even remembers their names. What a shame. And look at me when I'm talking to you. Listen, we are going to continue this discussion with your father, and perhaps your grandfather tomorrow. And I can bet my life I will do nothing again when you decide to disappear as usual. A word, I believe, should suffice for a prudent child. Good night.
Have a seat. I'm fine standing, Dad. Very well. You see, I brought you out here so we could have a chat without distractions. But first, do you care for anything? Beer, wine, water? I'm fine. Good. Now, listen, son, you know, the truth, they say, isn't always pleasant to the ears. Nevertheless, I'll continue to tell you the facts no matter what. What exactly are you driving at? Your children, most especially Anna. You see, if you could look back carefully at the meeting we had with her yesterday, you would see she's a near-damaged teenager. No thanks to you, and your wife. Remember when your mother and I, rest her soul, used to warn you guys about the dangers of not speaking to write your children's successes when you needed to, but you said categorically that we were old-fashioned. However, here's the thing, Mr. New-fashioned. You, modern-age parents are unusually afraid, I should say, to correct your children, mostly because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Yes, these days, virtually everyone has flagrantly become sensitive to the point where ethicality is now considered evil. You have all been brainwashed by secular idealism to the extent of allowing your children to call the shot. Before this time, children respected their parents. They knew their duties around the home, and listened when their parents spoke. My parents were never afraid to spank me to put things right. These days, they call it child abuse, and parental bullying. Look around you, son, the upcoming generation, the so-called leaders of tomorrow is a mess, and a total failure. A generation awash with lackadaisical attitude, blatant sense of entitlement, and foolishness.
Dad, that's enough. You've made your point.
No. I don't think you understand my point. Listen, son, I worked so hard, built this business empire that you now enjoy. I didn't achieve such greatness by being lazy and disrespectful. But you see, I listened to my father, and watched him start this empire. He nurtured it to the best of his ability, and then passed it on to me. In less than 10 years, it became a multi-billion-dollar investment. So, like my father, I have done my best, and handed you a vibrant business. Without a doubt, you are doing good, but the real problem is with your children. The next in line to take over from you. How do you think they can cope with the way you are raising them?
I'm confused. What do we do, Dad? Who knows, Anna might do something worse when we send her off to university. I'm really afraid.
You don't have to be. There's always a way out in virtually every stressful situation.
That's the problem. I don't have any solution left. I'm empty. Perhaps I should keep Anna at home for a while.
That there is a solution, but not a good one. You mustn't infringe on her right to movement. You got that? But anyways, here's what you are going to do. Get Anna, and her younger brother, Jeff, to come stay with me for now. I mean, her university is even closer from here. Besides, driving Jeff to and from school won't be a problem. You know, these children learn a lot by what they see, and they think they've seen a lot of you and your wife in your modern, and of course, deviant upbringing. Now is the chance to save these children and, at the same time, preserve this empire for another century or more.
Oh my sweet dad, I wish I could hug you now, but you don't like hugs. I can't wait to tell my wife about this weight you've just removed from my shoulders. You are the best, and I will forever remain indebted to you.
I understand you are excited, but you owe me nothing. Everything I do is for love, and the preservation of this family. You know, a man who has a lot to lose, is the same man who works diligently. That's why wealthy people have less sleep. Keep that in mind.
Thank you for everything, Dad. Can I have the beer now?
Of course, you can.